Welcome everyone to Defender for Cloud in the Field. Before I even start, just want to say thank you for your audience, for all the subscribers. And if you are not a subscriber yet, make sure to follow the AKA link below to subscribe to our playlist. And today we are going to talk about a very interesting capability with someone that is recording the show for the first time. Our friend that is responsible for having this feature out there. Lior Tsalovich, thank you very much for being on.
Thank you, Yuri, for having me.
Absolutely. Lior, before we start, just give a brief overview about yourself, what you're doing these days for Microsoft.
So I'm a product manager on Defender for Cloud, focusing on storage security. I'm really excited to talk today about storage security logs that are now available in public preview through XDR's Advanced Hunting.
Awesome. So this is a very important topic, and this is a very powerful capability. But before we dive into more details about, I want you to explain a little bit of the challenge in terms of SOC teams that they are facing today, and how these cloud storage events can help them to unblock some of those challenges.
Okay, so today SOC teams face a few challenges when it comes to cloud storage. First, the logs themselves. They're often really expensive and noisy. Diagnostic logs create massive amounts of raw data with very little context, which makes them costly to store and hard to analyze. Second challenge is that even with all the data, SOC teams still have to manually piece together events from different sources in order to understand what actually happened. And that slows investigations down. Another challenge is that many alerts come with limited information and not enough context. So SOC teams need to spend extra time enriching them before they can decide if it is a real threat. And finally, because the visibility is limited, it's easy to miss suspicious activities in storage accounts until it's too late. All of these gaps make it difficult for SOC teams to hunt effectively and respond quickly when something goes wrong.
Definitely. This is a big problem. And as you were planning and doing the research and working with developers to put this feature together, what are we addressing in terms of gaps?
So this solution addresses the gaps by bringing aggregated and enriched Azure storage logs directly into Advanced Hunting in Microsoft XDR. Instead of relying on noisy and expensive diagnostic logs, SOC teams now get clear and contextualized data they can query and correlate across the platform. The key advantages are that you just need to turn it on. It's fully built into Defender XDR, and it helps save time, effort, and overall TCO.
In your perspective, Lior, what are the top scenarios that SOC teams are hunting for cloud storage?
It's a great question, Yuri. So SOC teams are using this capability to hunt for several scenarios. I will highlight only the top ones, like data exfiltration. They can detect unusual spikes in downloads or transfers that may signal sensitive data leaving the environment. Another scenario is unauthorized access. Enriched fields we have in the aggregated logs in Advanced Hunting, like authentication type, account identity, and geolocation, make it easier to spot suspicious logins or attempts from accounts and regions that shouldn't be connecting the storage account. Another scenario is suspicious file movements. The aggregated records highlight things like mass deletions, unexpected uploads, or unusual file activity that could indicate malicious behavior. And beyond the data plane logs, you can also hunt for ARM control plane scenarios, such as identity and access changes or policy updates, giving you the full picture of storage activity across both plans, Defender for Storage and Defender for ARM. And because the logs are aggregated and enriched, analysts spend less time filtering noise and more time correlating these activities with other Defender XDR signals. That makes hunting faster, investigation more accurate, and responses much more effective.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Now, you mentioned many times the word aggregated, and previously, when we were talking about the feature, you would talk about enrichment. So, what does it really mean that the logs are aggregated and enriched?
When we say that the logs are aggregated and enriched, it means that you don't just get raw diagnostic events. Instead, multiple logs are combined into a single and comprehensive record. The aggregation reduces noise and makes it much more easier to analyze and correlate events. On top of that, the logs are enriched with additional context that goes beyond the standard Azure diagnostic outputs. This includes aggregated measures that provide quick visibility into activity trends and outcomes, as well as contextual details related to how the activity was performed and from where. Together, this enrichment adds depth and efficiency to the investigations.
Okay, okay, this is fair. But I'm pretty sure that this capability also unleash customers to do other things. So, what are some different scenarios that are available in advanced hunting?
It's another great question. So, once storage logs are available in advanced hunting, customers can do much more than just gain visibility. They can actually make the logs part of their daily security operations. They can use them to investigate incidents by correlating storage activity with signals from identities, endpoints, and other Microsoft products. So, analysts can trace an attacker's action across the entire environment. They can also run KQL queries to search for anomalies, things like unusual data access, suspicious IPs, or sudden spikes in activity. And on top of that, security teams can create custom detections. Any useful query can be saved and turned into a rule, so it automatically generates alerts the next time similar suspicious behavior happens.
Wow, that's amazing. Definitely very powerful. Now, the question that every customer will ask is what are the prerequisites and what customer they actually need to do to enable this capability?
Okay, so to use this feature, customers need to have Defender for Storage V2 plan enabled at the subscription level. Once it is enabled, the storage activity logs automatically start flowing into Advanced Hunting. There is no extra setup. Analysts just need the right Defender XDR permissions to query them. And if a longer retention or broader investigation are required, they can also integrate with Microsoft Sentinel. And another important is that if customers want the full 360-degree visibility into cloud storage activities, including the ability to investigate additional control plane activities, they also need to enable Defender for ARM alongside Defender for Storage. It is not mandatory to enable both, but I highly recommend combining them in order to get the complete picture of storage activity. And at the end of the day, it's very simple. You just need to turn it on.
Yeah, cannot be simpler than that. Lior, I know that you have a demo, so let's jump into the demo so you can demonstrate how this capability works.
Okay, so here we have the Defender portal. I received an alert that malicious file uploaded to storage account, and I want to understand more. I have here some details. The SHA-256, the blob upload time. Um, I want to understand what happened before and after the file was uploaded to a storage account. So I have here the storage account name. And I'll go to Advanced Hunting. So in order to get to Advanced Hunting, I'll go to Defender Portal homepage. And then under Investigation and Response, I have Hunting. Under Hunting, I have Advanced Hunting. So I'll go to Advanced Hunting. The new thing is that we have here under Cloud Infrastructure, we have the new table, Cloud Storage Aggregated Events. I'll run a query I have it here. I run a query in order to understand, as I said, what happened before and what happened after the file was uploaded. The malicious file was uploaded to the storage account. So I have the storage account name, which I took from the alert details. And I'll run the query. And here I can see the results. So I can, let's take a random query. Let's take this query, for example. You can see here a lot of details. What was the resource group storage account I have from the alert, but the IP address, the user agent header, the operation that was done on this log, the authentication type. For example, we have here, in one of the logs, we can see that the authentication type that was used is SAS. And it's really strange to me. Why SAS? Shared access signature. So I also have here operations count, how many operations were successful, how many were failed, and a lot of context that I didn't have before. And that's the good news for the SOC analyst in order to get depth into their investigations.
And the good thing is that it's fully integrated in the new portal, easy to navigate, and saves a lot of time. Lior, thank you very much for taking the time to demonstrate this capability and to come to the show talking about this feature. Do you have any final thoughts or recommendations for customers that want to try this out?
No, as I already mentioned, all you need to have the logs available in Advanced Hunting is to have Defender for Storage V2 plan, per storage account plan enabled at the subscription level. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you, Lior, for your time. I appreciate it. All right, everyone. This is a wrap for today's episode. Thanks again for your audience. We have a lot more to come. Stay tuned. Thank you very much.